I have created a Galician Super League in FootballManager, featuring 20 clubs from the historical Spanish region. Simulating 50 seasons into the future, can any club overthrow Celta Vigo and be crowned the champions of Galicia? Hey, how's it going, and welcome to another FootballManager Super League video, where this time round, continuing the Spanish theme, I have created a Galician Super League featuring 20 clubs in total, all from the Spanish region of Galicia. And similar to my other videos, if you've watched them in the past, the Catalonian and Basque Country Super League videos I've created, I have taken over the Irish League system here today. The Irish Premier Division has been converted into the Galician Super League, and the Irish First Division has been converted into the Galician First League. If you watched my Basque Country Super League video, you have noticed that Athletic Bilbao had a rapid decline in that video, mainly due to the fact of they can't sign any players. They can only rely on Basque Country players. And someone pointed out to me in that comment section of that video that it could be with the fact that are now based in Ireland and the generated players are not as good as of Spain, of course. So, for the sake of this experiment video here today, I have changed the youth rating, so the generated players for Ireland, to exactly the same rating. So we've got a youth rating here of 145 of the generated players for Ireland, which is exactly the same as Spain. So hopefully that could fix the problem we have of the generated players for these clubs playing in the Irish League system. So I've done that for the sake of today's video, so hopefully that will help in terms of the club's team, the generated players for their team through the country of Ireland, of course. Obviously, it won't have as much of an effect as it did in the Basque Country Super League, and as these clubs can all sign players outside of the Galician region, so it won't be have much of an effect as it does in the Basque Country Super League. But anyway, it should help with the generated players for these teams, and hopefully it can help the league get even better, and also the teams maybe able to do something memorable in Europe as well. So let's get to the teams first of all. And in Galicia, there's two very familiar names of clubs. The top team is of course Celta Vigo these days, but the second top team, who were not too long ago a massive force in Spain, that is Deportivo La Coruña. But also we've got a team in here called Lugo, who most of you might be familiar with as well. And we've also got other familiar names such as Pontevedra, Racing de Ferrol as well are in here. But to be honest, I've pretty much run out of teams here in the Galician region in terms of clubs with a 1.5 star reputation and above, because I feel like it's entirely pointless featuring local and regional clubs in here for a 1 star and half a star reputation. So what I've done in this league system, something I haven't done before, is I've actually included B teams in the Galician First League. As I said, I've pretty much run out of teams to include in the video here today, so I thought it'd be a good idea to help with this generated players thing as well, to help the youth system of these clubs actually get to a great standard as well, playing in an actual league. So we've actually got Celta Vigo B in here, along with Deportivo B, Lugo B, Pontevedra B, and Compostela B as well. So we've got 5 B teams playing in the Galician First League, and we've also got 5 other Galician teams as well. I feel like this could be beneficial to the league itself, because these B teams are actually better than the other 5 teams in the league. A couple of them are at least. So hopefully it can elevate these other teams to be even better. And also the good news is these B clubs cannot get promoted, as you can see down here. None of these B teams can get promoted to the First Division. So the other 5 teams in the league have got a strong chance to get promoted pretty much every single season, to be honest. Like, even if the top 5 teams are all B teams, the team in 6th place will get promoted or get to the promotion playoff at least. So it should help the video here today. I feel like it's much more beneficial having these B teams in the league to help boost the other clubs than having the teams in there with half a star reputation, who are, let's be honest, are not going to do much in the video itself. So as you can see, we've got 10 teams in the Super League and 10 teams in the First League as well. We actually look at the reputation of the teams itself. As I said, Celta Vigo are the biggest. Celta Vigo are the biggest in the Galician Super League here, and Deportivo are the second biggest, but actually jointly reputation 3 stars along with Lugo. And as you can see, they're very interesting. The 4th biggest club in Galicia are actually the Celta Vigo B team. That's what I'm talking about. Hopefully it can elevate the Galician First League. In 5th place though, or 4th place technically, can't really count Celta Vigo B. We've got Ferrol with a 2.5 star reputation, and below that point only 2-star teams and 1.5 star teams as well. So yeah, the standard of the lower teams aren't that great, but really we're looking at the top 3 especially here. It'd be highly unlikely for any club other than those 3 teams to win the most trophies in the video. So Celta Vigo, of course, are the strong favourites, but realistically, Deportivo or Lugo could knock them off the perch as well. If you watched any of my recent Super League videos, you know how they work. If you're new to these videos of mine, well, I'll tell you how it works out here. I will go 50 seasons into the future, and I will stop off at 5 season intervals to give it an extended period to see which club will actually be the dominant force in Galicia over a 50-year period and who will win the most trophies. So that's what we're looking today in this video. Also, the Basque Country Super League and the Catalonian Super League I created over the Irish League system. Both of them cracked the top 10, I believe, in terms of the biggest competitions in Europe. The difference is, though, the Catalonian, of course, had Barcelona in it, and the Basque Country Super League had Real Sociedad and Athletic Bilbao as well. Celta Vigo are a big club, but not quite as big as those teams, especially Barcelona, of course. So I'm not entirely sure if the league will crack the top 10, but I expect it to get very close. Anyway, without further ado, let's go forward 5 seasons into the future. Which team will be the early dominant force? Well, 5 seasons played so far here in the Galician Super League, and in terms of the reputation, Celta Vigo are still on top with that 3.5-star reputation, and Deportivo are still in second place with that 3-star reputation. Unfortunately, though, Lugo have declined over the last 5 seasons. Now they're only rated 2.5 stars, along with Ferrol as well. Below them, we've got Pontevedra, Coruzco, and Compostela, all of that 2-star reputation, chasing down the likes of Ferrol, Lugo to try and make headway in the Galician Super League. Celta Vigo B have also declined in the last 5 seasons. And other than that, not really too many changes in these early stages, as you could expect. Not going to be too much changes in the first 5 seasons. Well, Celta Vigo are the favourites for the video, being the biggest club in Galicia in this present day. And they started off as the favourites as well. They've won the first 5 Super Leagues here, from 2023 to 2027. Can't say I'm too surprised about that, to be honest. Celta Vigo domination could happen for a long time. I've seen it in my other videos, especially the Catalonian and the Basque Country videos. Barcelona started off very similarly, and they almost got caught by Espanyol, so it's definitely not over in the video. Only 5 seasons played, but Celta Vigo by far the early dominant force. Also, the Super League has climbed to be the 45th biggest league in Europe at the moment, just below the Turkish 2nd Division and just above the Icelandic Premier Division as well. And if we look at this latest season just gone, Celta Vigo actually finished champions with 91 points, only losing 1 game in the season. And Deportivo in second place, joint second place actually, with Lugo, 18 points behind Celta Vigo. In these early stages, of course, the league is only the 45th biggest in Europe. We only have 1 team qualifying for the Champions League, 1 for the Europa League, and then 2 for the Europa Conference League. But I'm sure that will change in the future whilst the competition continues to climb, because it's definitely not going to stop off at the 45th biggest competition in Europe. Sorry, it will definitely crack the top 20. I'm sure. Whether it will crack the top 10 or not is a different question. Well, into the Galician First League, and that's been dominated by the Deportivo and Celta Vigo B teams. Celta Vigo B have won it twice, and Deportivo B have won it 3 times so far. So no team outside of a B squad have won the Galician First League as of yet, and it could be like this for the entirety of the video, really. But as I've said before, the first 3 teams are all B clubs, but the team who finished in 4th place, Arosa, actually got promoted to the Galician Super League. So it's not really taking anything away from these lower teams in here. If anything, it's just helping them be better clubs, to be honest. And yeah, despite finishing in 4th place, Arosa have been promoted to the Galician Super League. Unfortunately, though, Compostela B are not doing very well, it has to be said. They played 36 games this season, won none, drew 1, and lost 35, finishing the season with 1 point. So it seems like the Compostela B squad are the whipping boys of the Galician First League. Into the Galician Cup, something I forgot to mention at the start here, but of course I've changed the Irish Cup into the Galician Cup, and also the Irish President's Cup, I believe it's called, which is the Super Cup, into the Galician Super Cup. And it's much more varied winners in the Galician Cup as of the Galician Super League, because Celta Vigo have only won 2 Galician Cups in the first 5 seasons, in 2023 and 2025. Pontevedra have won their first competition, winning it in 2024. Ferrol won their first in 2026 as well, and Deportivo have won their first competition, winning the Galician Cup in 2027. Also, the Galician Cup is now the 79th biggest cup in Europe. It actually started off as the 85th, so not really much of a climb for the Galician Cup in these early stages. In the Galician Super Cup, though, it's a familiar story to the Super League, been dominated by Celta Vigo so far. Only 4 Super Cups played so far, but Celta Vigo have won all of them. Of course, I'll be keeping an eye on the European competitions as well. Unfortunately, in the first 5 seasons, no one reached the European final. Celta Vigo will be very hard for them, since they'll be playing in the Champions League every single season, and it's highly unlikely Celta Vigo will reach the Champions League final. Not at this point anyway. It could happen in the future. We shall see. But in these early stages, of course, Celta Vigo are on top. They have won 11 trophies in the first 5 seasons. Will they still be on top after 10 seasons, though? 10 seasons played now, and Celta Vigo are still on top in terms of that reputation. Still with that 3.5-star reputation. Deportivo still in second place as well with that 3-star reputation. We have a new third-place team, though, because that is Ferrol, have risen to be the third biggest with a 3-star reputation as well. So Ferrol have climbed quite nicely in the last 5 seasons. Lugo are down to the 4th biggest club, but their reputation hasn't changed. Still at 2.5 stars. And the chasing pack below Lugo are Pontevedra, Coruzco and Arosa, all with 2-star reputation. Saying that, sorry, Arosa now have a 1.5-star reputation. Also, look at Celta Vigo B. They have declined rapidly in the last 10 seasons. Now they're only a 1.5-star reputation club, and the biggest B club in Galicia now are Deportivo B. In the Super League, though, the theme does continue, because now Celta Vigo have made it 10 Galician Super Leagues in a row, and they're setting off a very high bar in these early stages here. As I said before, though, this still does not mean this race is done. Far from it. I've seen this happen before, and other teams have come very, very close to beating that team. So Celta Vigo are dominating these early stages. Again, as I said, not really that much of a surprise. They're the only Galician representative in the La Liga in real life, so they should be doing this really. But 10 in a row for them is a very strong start. Also, the Super League has climbed now to be the 21st biggest league in Europe from 45th when we left off last out, just below the Croatian First League, and that's pretty good to be fair. Almost in the top 20. Hopefully when we come back, it should be in the top 20. Also, if we look at the league table for the season just gone, Celta Vigo, 95 points this season, so they are dominating the league in terms of winning it and the points as well. Deportivo, though, not that far behind. 12 points behind, but 83 points is still a solid total, and that could be enough to win the league on many occasions. So Deportivo are still doing quite well, it has to be said. Ferrol in 3rd place, and then Lugo in 4th place. Also, we've got in terms of the qualification for European competition, it hasn't changed, but as you can see, Ferrol have qualified for the Europa League above Deportivo this season, so it leads me to believe that Ferrol have just won the Galician Cup this season just gone. Well, in the Galician First League, the B teams are still dominating, but it seems like we have a new dominant B team in the Galician First League. Lugo, the main team, aren't doing particularly very well at the moment, but Lugo B are doing very well. They've won back-to-back Galician First League titles. Before that, though, Deportivo B won 5 First League titles in a row. They've actually won 6 in total. So this is actually quite interesting here of how many Galician First League trophies these B teams will win, because of course they cannot get promoted, so they'll remain in the First League for the entirety of the video. If we look at the points totals here, though, it's very tight, very, very tight indeed. Only 4 points separating the B team of Lugo to the B team of Celta Vigo in 3rd place. As I mentioned before, though, the 4th place team, Arantero, have been promoted to the Galician Super League. Also, something weird is happening here, which I didn't quite consider at the start, but Compostela have been relegated to the First League, and they're now playing in the same league as their B team, which is very, very bizarre. I thought this might be a little bit of a glitch. It might cause a glitch in the video, so to speak, but it seems like it hasn't changed anything, and it's now just Compostela and Compostela B are playing in the same league, which is completely normal. At least Compostela B got a win this season, though. Last time we left off, they got 1 point in the entire season. Of course, not too great to get 10 points, but it's a lot better than 1 point. Wow, into the Galician Cup, and it seems like Ferrol, a bit of a cup specialist. They have won 2 of the last 3 Galician Cups in 2030 and 2032. Also, Celta Vigo have won 3 more, 3 in 4 seasons as well. But Ferrol actually won 3 Galician Cups in total already. And Celta Vigo have also won 5 Galician Cups already. But nice stuff from Ferrol that 2 of the last 3 Galician Cups have gone to them. Probably explains their reputation boost as well. And also the Cup has actually climbed from being the 79th biggest Cup competition in 2027 to now be the 56th biggest Cup competition. So it's actually climbed quite nicely over the last 5 seasons. Well, into the Galician Super Cup, and finally someone has won the Super Cup other than Celta Vigo, because Deportivo won it for the first time in 2029. After that, though, Celta Vigo won 3 in a row. So Celta Vigo actually won 8 of the first 9 Super Cups. The other one going to Deportivo, and of course Celta Vigo won 10 out of 10 Galician Super Leagues. Well, of course, in the first 10 seasons, we know Celta Vigo have won the first 10 Super Leagues, but I was quite interested to see what team has been finishing as runner-up most occasions. And Deportivo finished runner-up to Celta Vigo on 6 occasions. 5 of the first 6 seasons they finished runner-up to Celta Vigo. Lugo finished runner-up once in 2026. But as you can see, from 2029 to 2031, the second biggest club were Ferrol, finishing in second place, and Deportivo, the latest season, finished runner-up to Celta Vigo as well. In the last 4 seasons as well, it's either been Deportivo or Ferrol in second or third place. So Lugo got a little bit of catching up to do. Also in these early stages, the first 10 seasons, in third place we have Deportivo, who won 2 trophies so far. In second place we have Ferrol, who have won 3 trophies so far. But way out in first place we have Celta Vigo, who have won 23 trophies in the first 10 seasons. Let's go forward now to 15 seasons into the future. Will Celta Vigo continue to win Super League year after year? Well, 15 seasons played now and it's still not changing in terms of the reputation. Celta Vigo are still top with that 3.5-star rep rating. Below them, though, we have 3 teams now with a 3-star rep rating. As you can see, Lugo are now the second biggest club in Galicia, followed by Deportivo and Ferrol, all with a 3-star reputation. And after that point, it's a bit of a drop to the next team. The next team has only a 2-star reputation, and they are Pontevedra, Corusco, and Arosa. So a little bit of a gap between the 4th and the 5th biggest club. It's been quite evident in these first 10 seasons as well. Obviously 15 seasons now. The chasing pack to Celta Vigo only limited to 3 teams: Lugo, Deportivo, and Ferrol. Well, unfortunately, the Super League theme does continue in these early stages. Celta Vigo have now made it 15 Super Leagues in a row to start off this video. As I said before, though, this does not mean it is over. There's no reason to say that Deportivo, Lugo, or even Ferrol can't win 15 Super Leagues in a row as well. I've seen it happen before in my Catalonian Super League with Espanyol. Barcelona were doing a similar thing, absolutely running away with it. Suddenly they fell off a cliff and Espanyol took advantage of that. So it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Celta Vigo, though, doing very well, and it's hard to look past them in the video at the moment. 15 Super Leagues in a row for them. And talking of the Super League, a rapid climb in the last 5 seasons. It's now the 12th biggest league in Europe, just below the Greek Super League. So the league is climbing very, very nicely in these first 15 seasons. Also, if we look at the league table here, as I said, Celta Vigo, every time we check, they got over 90 points. This time round, though, in the 15th season, they actually completed an invincible season with not a single defeat and 94 points. In second place, though, we have Deportivo with 78 points. Followed them, we've got Lugo, Pontevedra, and then Ferrol. And as you can see as well, we've now got 2 teams qualifying for the Champions League every single season, 2 teams for the Europa League and 1 for the Europa Conference League. Of course, that comes into effect with the league growing its reputation year on year, and also teams doing quite well in Europe as well. Well, going into the Galician First League, and still no team who is not a B club have won the Galician First League so far. Lugo B have won another 2, Deportivo B have won another 2, and Celta Vigo B have won 1 in 2034 as well. And we look at the league table here, the top 3 clubs are Lugo B, Celta Vigo B, and Deportivo B. But as I said before, look at that. In 4th place, Arantero got promoted with 71 points, and Compostela, who finished in 7th place with a -16 goal difference and 23 losses in the season, have been promoted to the Super League as well. So it's quite an interesting dynamic in the first league here with all the B teams. Compostela definitely did not deserve to get promoted this season just gone, but they have done that nonetheless. Well, of course, we're focused on the Galician Super League, that is for sure, but a little bit interesting with these B clubs here. And so far in the first 15 seasons, Celta Vigo B have won 3 Galician First Leagues, Lugo B have won 4, but way out in first place is Deportivo B, who have won 8 Galician First Leagues so far. And looking at the actual winners and the runners-up of the competition here, on a couple of occasions, teams have finished in the top 3. As you can see, in 2029, Corusco finished runner-up to Deportivo B, and also in the first season, Arosa finished in 3rd place, below Celta Vigo B and Deportivo B. But on every other occasion, though, the top 3 have been Celta Vigo, Deportivo, and Lugo B clubs finishing in the top 3. So those 3 teams are really battling it out to be the biggest club in the Galician First League. Well, into the Galician Cup, and the best team in that over the last 5 seasons have been Deportivo. They've actually won 2 of the last 3 Galician Cups in 2035 and 2037. Celta Vigo won another one though in 2033. Pontevedra have won another Galician Cup in 2034. And Ferrol have won their 4th Galician Cup in 2036. Well, into the Galician Super Cup, and the Celta Vigo domination continues. They have won 4 Galician Super Cups in a row from 2034 to 2037. But also Ferrol won it in 2033. Well, 15 seasons played now, still no club has yet to reach a European final, but in 3rd place we have Deportivo with 4 trophies so far. In 2nd place we have Ferrol with 5 trophies. but way out in first place are Celta Vigo with 33 trophies in the first 15 seasons. Can any team stop Celta Vigo in the next 5 seasons? 20 seasons played now, and Celta Vigo are still on top in terms of that reputation, still with that 3.5-star reputation as well. In second place, you have Lugo with 3 stars, and Deportivo in third place, also with 3 stars. Also, had a little bit of the gap has closed a little bit in the last 5 seasons, because Ferrol in 4th place with 2.5 stars are joined by Pontevedra, who also have 2.5 stars as well. So Pontevedra climbed quite nicely in the last 5 seasons. Also, Pontevedra have won 2 Galician Cups already in the first 15 seasons, so it's not like they're doing badly. Maybe not doing much in the Super League, but they have won 2 Cups so far, something which Lugo are yet to do, unless they've won so in the last 5 seasons. We shall check, of course. Into the Super League though, and unfortunately the trend does continue. It's now 20 Super Leagues in a row for Celta Vigo, so it's been quite a monumental start to the video here for Celta Vigo, absolutely dominating Galicia, and it's up to the other teams to put a stop to this Celta Vigo domination. 20 Super Leagues in a row now for Celta Vigo. It's looking highly likely they may win the most trophies in the video, although if another team comes and does some domination period, they still can be stopped. We look at the league table here for the most recent season. We have Celta Vigo in first place with 97 points, just 3 points short of 100. Lugo in second place, followed by Deportivo, Ferrol and Pontevedra. Also, unfortunately, the Super League seems to have stagnated a little bit in terms of its reputation. It's actually declined to be only the 13th biggest league in Europe now. So it seems like cracking the top 10 may be beyond its reach, although we still do have 30 seasons to go. So it's definitely still possible. Into the Galician First League, and that's been dominated by Deportivo B over the last 5 seasons. They have won 4 of the last 5 Galician First League, and the only team that stopped them were Lugo B in 2040. And as you can see, Deportivo B finished top this season with 96 points, so pure domination from them. And at the bottom of the list, you have Compostela B again, with only that single point, only 1 draw in the season. Only 1 point in the season as well. And also their senior team, Compostela, not doing much better. They finished in 9th place, so Compostela really need to pull their finger out because they are not doing much in the video at all. Into the Galician Cup, and finally Lugo have won their first competition of the video. They've actually won 2. They've actually won 2 Galician Cups in the last 5 seasons, in 2038 and 2041, so nice to see them finally off the mark. Deportivo have also won another one in 2039, Celta Vigo in 2040, and Ferrol won their 5th Galician Cup in 2042. Also, similar to the Super League, unfortunately the Galician Cup seems to have stagnated a little bit. Only remains the 55th biggest cup in Europe, whereas the 54th in 2037. Into the Galician Super Cup, and Celta Vigo continue to dominate. They have won 4 of the last 5 Galician Super Cups, but also Deportivo won 1 in 2040. Well, we've had our first team reach a European final, and actually was Deportivo, who reached the Europa Conference League final in 2040, where unfortunately they lost to Newcastle in that final. Always going to be a tough ask to beat Newcastle in the final, but we've had our first team from Galicia reach a European final, and it was Deportivo. Well, in terms of the trophy race, in joint second place, we have Deportivo and Ferrol, both with 6 trophies. But of course, way out in first place, we have Celta Vigo, who have won 43 trophies in the first 20 seasons. Can any team stop Celta Vigo's domination, though, in the Galician Super League after 25 seasons? Well, 25 seasons played now, and finally some sort of change in terms of the reputation, because Celta Vigo remain top with that 3.5-star reputation, but as you can see, Lugo have joined them for the first time another team has reached a 3.5-star reputation. So Lugo finally seem to have been kicked into action in the video here today. They joined Celta Vigo top with their 3.5-star reputation, and just below them we have Deportivo and Ferrol, both with that 3-star reputation. In 5th place we have Pontevedra with 2.5 stars. To be honest, it doesn't seem to be changing much in terms of the top 5 biggest teams in Galicia. Pontevedra have firmly cemented their place as the 5th biggest team in Galicia. Other than that point, we aren't seeing much from the other teams, to be honest. Wow, and in the Galician Super League, we have finally seen a change in the winner. And Lugo are the team who have stopped Celta Vigo. They've actually won 3 Galician Super Leagues in the last 5 seasons. Celta Vigo did manage 20 in a row in total, but Lugo stopped them in 2043, and they actually made it back-to-back league titles in 2044 as well. After Lugo won back-to-back Super Leagues though, Celta Vigo themselves won back-to-back Super Leagues again in 45 and 46, but then Lugo back to winning ways in the most recent season, winning the Super League in 2047. So if anything, Lugo are actually the biggest team in Galicia at the moment, although Celta Vigo are officially top of the reputation, Lugo have won 3 of the last 5 Super Leagues. So it's great to finally see someone stop Celta Vigo in the Super League. A little bit surprising to see it be Lugo because they haven't done much in the video so far, but they did win 2 cups in the last checkpoint and they continue to grow in the video. Now won 3 Super Leagues as well. Also, the Super League is back to be the 11th biggest league in Europe. Can it crack the top 10 in the next 5 seasons? If we actually look at the league table this season just gone though, Celta Vigo didn't even finish in 2nd place because Deportivo finished in 2nd place, only 5 points behind Lugo. In 4th place you have Ferrol and in 5th place you have Pontevedra. Is this a start of some rapid decline for Celta Vigo, or is it just simply the other teams are getting better? If you actually look at the top 4 clubs especially here, the goal difference is just absolutely insane. Plus 54, plus 42, plus 52 and plus 44. There's a massive gap between the top half of the league and the bottom half of the league in terms of the points tally and the goal difference. So it's a massive divide in Galicia here between the top 5 clubs and the bottom 5 clubs. Well, in the Galician First League, the B teams continue to dominate because still no team who is not a B club has won the Galician First League. Celta Vigo B have won 2 of the last 4, as have Deportivo B, and in 2043, Lugo B won the Galician First League. Also again, somehow, Compostela, despite finishing in 9th place in the league, have been promoted to the Galician Super League. So very, very strange. 9th place, 2nd from bottom, and they've been promoted to the Galician Super League. Obviously, it must be some sort of playoff system because 4 teams finished above Compostela in the league table, but those 3 did not get promoted, but Compostela did. Well, in the Galician Cup, and Cup specialist Ferrol won it again in 2043. Deportivo also won it in 2044. Celta Vigo have won 2 of the last 3, and Lugo won the Galician Cup in 2046. Wow, in the Galician Super Cup though, and Lugo have been dominating that. They won 3 Super Cups in a row from 2044 to 2046. Ferrol won it in 2043, and Celta Vigo are the latest winners of the competition. Well, the trophy race is definitely hitting up now with Lugo joining the party. In 4th place, we have Deportivo, who have won 7 trophies so far. In 3rd place, you have Ferrol with 8 trophies. In 2nd place, we now have Lugo with 9 trophies. But way out in 1st place is still Celta Vigo with 48 trophies in the first 25 seasons. But it looks like if any team are going to stop Celta Vigo in the video, if it's possible, it looks likely to be Lugo, because they're come out of nowhere really to now be the 2nd biggest dominant force in Galicia. And to be honest, over the last 5 seasons, you'd probably say Lugo have been the biggest team in Galicia. So can Lugo go on some sort of streak here and win many Super Leagues in a row? Well, let's go forward now to 30 seasons and let's see if that can happen. Before we go any further with this video though, guys, please remember that if you do like the video, to hit that like button for me. It's very important for the video success. And also, if you're new around here, you want to see more videos like this, do subscribe to the channel as well. It'd really help me out and it's much appreciated. And also, if you want to download this database for yourself and play in the Galician Super League or the First League, you can follow the link down below in the description and you can download the database and play it for yourself. 30 seasons played now, 5 more seasons into the future, and nothing has changed in terms of the reputation, because on top we still have Celta Vigo 3.5 stars, followed by Lugo with 3.5 stars as well. And below that point we have Deportivo and Ferrol with 3 stars and Pontevedra with 2.5 stars. So it's not changing again in terms of the top 5 clubs in Galicia. Well, in the Galician Super League itself, Celta Vigo are back to being dominant because they've won 4 of the last 5 Super League titles. Lugo have won another one though in 2049, but after that point, Celta Vigo have won 3 in a row. Also in this season just gone, Celta Vigo won the league with 99 points. Lugo in 2nd place with 88 points, and after that point, it's a big gap to Deportivo with 66 points. Well, into the Galician First League, and the B clubs continue to dominate, and one B club in particular, because Deportivo B have now won 5 Galician First Leagues in a row. Deportivo B are dominating the Galician First League. Unfortunately, the main club have not won a Super League title yet, but at least the B team are doing very well. Into the Galician Cup, and surprise, surprise, we've seen Ferrol win another Galician Cup. They love a Galician Cup, Ferrol. They won it again in 2049. Deportivo won it a year before, though, in 2048. Lugo in 2050, and Celta Vigo have won back-to-back Galician Cups in 51 and 52. Into the Galician Super Cup, and Celta Vigo have won 2 more in 2048 and 2051. Deportivo in 2049, followed by Ferrol, and Lugo have won it in 2052. Well, in terms of the trophy race, it's still very interesting for that 2nd place race at the moment. In 4th place, we have Deportivo with 9 trophies. In third place, you have Ferrol with 10. In second place, you have Lugo with 12. Way out in first place, though, are, of course, Celta Vigo, who have won 56 trophies in the first 30 seasons. To be honest, now with only 20 seasons to go, it seems highly unlikely that Celta Vigo will be stopped, but there's a massive race brewing here to be the second biggest club from Galicia between Lugo, Deportivo and Ferrol. Lugo, the only other team apart from Celta Vigo to win the Super League at the moment, but Ferrol love a Galician Cup. They've won 7 Galician Cups so far, and Deportivo are plodding along quite nicely as well. But one of these two teams needs to win a Super League title. Can that happen in the next 5 seasons? Well, 35 seasons played now. Unfortunately, though, it's still the same old story. Celta Vigo are still top with that 3.5-star reputation, and followed by Lugo, still with that 3.5-star reputation as well. And just below them, we have Deportivo and Ferrol with 3-star reputation. Saying that, though, it has changed in terms of the teams below that, because now we have 3 teams with a 2.5-star reputation. We've got Pontevedra, of course, in 5th place, but then we have Compostela and Ourense as well, both with 2.5 stars. Compostela seem to have improved drastically over the last 10 seasons or so. They actually got promoted from the First League, finishing in 9th position, so got very lucky getting promoted, but they've been promoted and now they seem to be climbing quite nicely up to being a 2.5-star reputation team, along with Ourense as well. So getting quite interesting in terms of this chasing pack here. I thought it was over. I thought it was just a top 5 and the rest of them didn't really matter, but Compostela and Ourense have definitely made it interesting in the last 5 seasons. Well, in terms of the Super League, we finally have our 3rd different winner of the Super League, and it is Deportivo. It's taken them to 2055, but they've finally won their first Galician Super League title. Before that, though, Lugo won back-to-back Super Leagues in 2053 and 2054, and after Deportivo won it, though, Celta Vigo have won back-to-back in 56 and 57. But it's nice to see the 3rd different winner of the Super League title, and that is Deportivo. The only team we're really missing now is Ferrol, who hopefully can win one in the last 15 seasons. If we look at the league table this season just gone, though, very, very tight indeed between Celta Vigo and Lugo. Only 4 points separating the two teams, and a big gap between the second team and the 3rd and 4th team as well, which of course are Deportivo and Ferrol as well. Well, into the Galician First League, and still unfortunately no team has won it apart from a B club. Deportivo actually made it 7 First League titles in a row, I believe. Yeah, 7 First League titles in a row for Deportivo B, but they haven't won one in the last 3 seasons because Lugo B won back-to-back First League titles, and then Celta Vigo B won it in 2057. Well, into the Galician Cup, and Lugo have definitely been the dominant force in the Galician Cup over the last 5 seasons. They have won 3 more Galician Cups, including back-to-back in 2053 and 2054. Celta Vigo have won 1 more, and Deportivo won it as well in 2056. And into the Galician Super Cup, Celta Vigo have won 3 more Super Cups, Lugo have won 1 more, and Deportivo have won 1 more as well. It seems like Ferrol have quietened down over the last 5 seasons, and they may be left behind in the video here. Well, in terms of the trophy race, Ferrol are now in 4th place with 10 trophies. We have Deportivo in 3rd place with 12 trophies. In 2nd place, we now have Lugo with 18 trophies. But way out in 1st place are Celta Vigo with 62 trophies in the first 35 seasons. So Ferrol seem to be being left behind a little bit over the last 5 seasons or so. They're not too far away from Deportivo though in terms of the trophy race. Lugo are firmly the 2nd biggest club at the moment with 18 trophies in total. But Deportivo have now also won a Super League title. So let's see what will happen in the next 5 seasons. Can Ferrol make a comeback and win a Galician Cup or 2? Or can Lugo or Deportivo dominate the Super League? Well, it's definitely heating up now in terms of the race to be the biggest club in Galicia, because now we've got 3 teams with a 3.5-star reputation. They are Celta Vigo, of course, still on top. They've remained top the entirety of the video at the moment, but they're followed by Deportivo in 2nd and now Lugo in 3rd place, all with 3.5 stars. So the teams are getting better in this video, which is nice to see. In 4th place, we have Ferrol with that 3 stars. Pontevedra remain in 5th place with that 2.5-star reputation. Seems like they're just destined for 5th place, Pontevedra. But below them, we have a new team with a 2.5-star reputation, and that is Villalbes, who are now the 6th biggest club in Galicia. Unfortunately, Compostela and Ourense have declined over the last 5 seasons, but Villalbes have had little rise in the last 5 seasons. Well, into the Galician Super League, unfortunately, Celta Vigo are dominating again. They've actually won 4 Super League titles in a row from 2059 to 2062. Deportivo have won their 2nd, though, in 2058. But also, if you look at that, Celta Vigo have won 6 of the last 7 Super League titles. And also, Lugo haven't won it since 2054 now. And also, talking of the Super League itself, it managed to crack the top 10 in the video, which is very nice to see. As you can see there, 10th biggest league in Europe, just behind the Turkish Super League and just above the Belgian Pro League. Also, if we look at the league table for this season just gone, Celta Vigo top with 90 points, followed by Deportivo with 82 points. But look at that, in 5th place we have a new team in Bergantinos, who have actually qualified for the Europa Conference League. Look at that, there's that massive gap between the top 4 and the bottom 6 of the video. Only 43 points in 5th place with a -14 goal difference. But anyway, what do they care? Bergantinos are playing in Europe for surely the first time in their career. Well, into the Galician First League, and Deportivo B are back to dominating it. They've won 4 in a row from 2059 to 2062, and Celta Vigo B managed back-to-back First League titles in 2058 as well. Well, into the Galician Cup, thankfully, Ferrol back to winning ways. They have won the Galician Cup again in 2058. Deportivo won back-to-back cups in 59 and 60, followed by Lugo winning back-to-back Galician Cups in 2061 and 2062. Into the Galician Super Cup though, and Celta Vigo are dominating the Super Cup again. They've won 5 of the last 6 Super Cup titles. Deportivo are the only team to stop them in 2059. Well, after 40 seasons in terms of the trophy race, in 4th place we have Ferrol with 11 trophies now. In 3rd place we have Deportivo with 16 trophies. In 2nd we have Lugo with 20. And way out in 1st place, of course, Celta Vigo with 70 trophies in 40 seasons. But I think it's safe to say that Celta Vigo have won the most trophies of the video, even with 10 seasons to go. No one can stop them now from this point. It's impossible. 50 more trophies than any other club at the moment. But the race for 2nd place is certainly heating up, especially between Lugo and Deportivo. Deportivo seem to be coming into their prime at the moment, where Lugo seem to be slightly falling off. So it'd be interesting to see who will be the 2nd biggest club in Galicia by the end of it, but Celta Vigo have definitely won the most trophies in the video. Now let's go forward now to 45 seasons into the video. Will Celta Vigo continue to dominate the Super League? 45 seasons played now, and Celta Vigo are still top of the reputation list for the entirety of the video so far. Lugo in 2nd place though, with that 3.5-star reputation as well. Deportivo have declined over the last 5 seasons. Then only got a 3-star rep rating along with Ferrol as well. And below them we still got the same 2 teams with 2.5 stars in Pontevedra and Villalbes. Into the Super League though, and Celta Vigo have won 3 more Super League titles, 3 in a row actually, from 2064 to 2066. But Lugo have also won 2 more in 2063 and 2067. And look at the Super League as well in terms of the reputation. It's cracked the top 10. And now it's actually ranked the 8th biggest league in Europe. I actually wasn't expecting this, to be honest. To be the 8th biggest league in Europe is pretty insane, really. Above the Turkish Super League and just below the Eredivisie in the Netherlands. So the league has climbed magnificently over the last 15 seasons or so. I thought it stopped at the 11th, 12th, 13th mark, but it's actually climbed more in the last 10 seasons. And now the 8th biggest league in Europe, which is a very good going, it has to be said. Well, in terms of the Galician First League, Deportivo B have surely won the most First League titles in the video. They've won another 4 out of the last 5 seasons, Deportivo B. And Celta Vigo B have won it again in 2064 as well. But Deportivo B absolutely dominating the First League. Won a whole host of First League titles. I will count that up at the end of the video, but I'm 100% sure Deportivo B have won the most First League titles. Into the Galician Cup, and Cup specialist Ferrol at it again. They've won 2 of the last 5 Galician Cups in 2063 and 2066. Celta Vigo won 1 more in 2064. Deportivo won one more as well. And Lugo also won it in 2067. Ferrol won a whole host of Galician Cups now. Can they win a Super League title though in the last 5 seasons? That would be very nice, and that would really put the icing on top of the cake for the video. In the Galician Super Cup though, only 2 teams have won that in the last 5 seasons. 3 more for Celta Vigo, and back-to-back Super Cups for Lugo in 2064 and 2065. Well, we've had our 2nd team reach a European final. Unfortunately, have lost it again, but Ferrol actually reached the Europa Conference League final in 2064, where unfortunately lost to Paderborn from Germany. But nice to see Ferrol get to a European final as well, along with Deportivo, of course. They also lost the Europa Conference League final. But Ferrol, the only thing Ferrol missing now is a Super League title. They've also reached the European final. They've won at least 10 Galician Cups. Can they win a Super League title though? Well, in terms of the race with 5 seasons to go, it seems like Lugo are breaking away from Deportivo. In 4th place, we have Ferrol, who have won 13 trophies now. In 3rd place, we have Deportivo, who have won 17 trophies. But Lugo in 2nd place have won 25 trophies. And in 1st place, of course, we have Celta Vigo, who have won 77 trophies in total in 45 seasons. We know Celta Vigo have won the video. But who will get second place? Lugo have got 8 more trophies than Deportivo now. It's going to take some sort of Deportivo domination in the last 5 seasons to see them be the second biggest club in Galicia after 50 seasons. Can Deportivo go on a massive streak in the last 5 seasons? But also, can Ferrol win a Galician Super League? Well, here we are, 50 seasons played, the end of the video. And it took 50 seasons, but finally someone has taken over Celta Vigo at top of the reputation. Better late than never. At least someone finally did topple Celta Vigo in terms of the biggest club in Galicia. And that team is Lugo. They finished top of the Galician reputation here by the end of the video. A 3.5-star reputation. Just above Celta Vigo have also got 3.5 stars. Below that point we have Deportivo and Ferrol, both with that 3-star reputation. And after that point we have Pontevedra and Compostela again, both with 2.5-star reputation as well. Wow, and into the Galician Super League. A dominating period for Lugo to end the video, because they actually won 5 of the last 6 Galician Super League titles. So I'm pretty sure that confirms it for us. Lugo have been crowned the second biggest club in Galicia coming into the video. And they've actually won quite a few Super League titles. As obviously I'll count it up at the end here, but Lugo ended off the video with 5 out of 6 Super League titles, which is very, very nice for them indeed. Celta Vigo though won another one in 2017 as well. And if we actually look at the league table here, Lugo are actually pretty dominant. They actually won the league by 18 points above Celta Vigo in second place. Wow, into the Galician First League, and finally a main club won the Galician First League title. And that was Villalbes in 2069. The other 49 times were won by a B team, of course, but at least we finally saw a professional club, a main club, win the Galician First League. And that was Villalbes in 2069, so they're definitely going down in Galician history. Good for them. Lugo B, though, won 3 of the last 5 Galician First League titles, and Deportivo B won another one in 2017. Well, into the Galician Cup, and Deportivo failed to win any more Super League titles, but they did end the video as the Galician Cup specialists. They won 3 out of 4 Galician Cups in 2068, 2070 and 2071. Celta Vigo also won in 2069, and Ferrol, of course, the Cup specialists themselves. Who else but Ferrol to win the last ever Galician Cup? They won it in 2072. Unfortunately, they could not win the Galician Super League in the video, but they won a whole host of Galician Cups. Into the Galician Super Cup, and Celta Vigo won 3 more Super Cups. Deportivo won 1 in 2069, and Lugo won 1 in 2072 as well. Wow, absolutely devastating for Ferrol. We had a 3rd time a team reached the Europa Conference League final. It was in the final ever season as well, and it was Ferrol. They reached their 2nd Europa Conference League final, and they lost, unfortunately, in the final ever season to Arsenal. Not really Arsenal versus Ferrol in the Europa Conference League final. It's not really a great match for Ferrol, to be honest. But Ferrol reaching 2 European finals is pretty incredible, has to be said. Why did they not win a Super League title, though? Why did Ferrol not win a Super League title? They were cup specialists, weren't they? They love knockout football, European football, and the Galician Cup. They don't do very well in league systems. Of course, we had 3 times, well, 2 teams in total to reach a European final. Deportivo lost 1 and Ferrol lost 2, but unfortunately no team won a European competition in the video. Well, of course, now I'm going to count up the total trophies won from all these teams. But let's look at the individual competitions themselves first of all. Of course, we know Celta Vigo won the most Super League titles, but how much did Lugo win? Well, only 3 teams won the Super League, that we know of for sure. Deportivo won 2, or was it 3? No, it was 2. Deportivo won 2 Super League titles, both in the 50s, in 2055 and 2058. Lugo, though, won 5 of the last 6, of course. Lugo actually chipped in with 12 Super League titles, so they definitely made a dent in the Super Leagues, it has to be said. So 12 for Lugo, 2 for Deportivo, so that means Celta Vigo won 36 of the Super League titles. But of course, Lugo in 2nd place, they did very nicely as well, especially in the last 6 seasons. Well, in the Galician First League, only 4 teams won the Galician First League in 50 seasons. Villalbes, of course, won it in 2069, their only Galician First League title. Celta Vigo B won 8 First League titles in total. Lugo B won 11 First League titles, but way out in 1st place, dominating the Galician First League, were Deportivo B, who won 30 First League titles in total. Well, the Galician Super League was definitely dominated by Celta Vigo, and Lugo firmly in 2nd place. But in the Galician Cup, much more varied and much more competitive in terms of the total competitions won. Only 5 teams won the Galician Cup in 50 seasons. Pontevedra won 2 Galician Cups early on. Lugo won 10. Ferrol won 11. Deportivo won 13, but in 1st place were Celta Vigo, who won 14 Galician Cups. But look how tight it is. 14 for Celta Vigo, 13 for Deportivo, 11 for Ferrol, and 10 for Lugo, and obviously 2 for Pontevedra as well. So no massive shock in the Galician Cup, unfortunately. Of course, Pontevedra won 2, which is good for them. In terms of teams who actually reached the final, where you can see Villalba's reached the final. Villalba's actually reached the Galician Cup final on 3 occasions. Also, Deportivo B reached the final twice in 3 seasons, which is interesting. Orense also reached the final as well, as did Corusco. Arbuzas also reached the final of the Galician Cup as well. Not too many shocks to talk of. Deportivo B again reached the Galician Cup final, as did Celta Vigo B as well. Look at that, in 2025, Celta Vigo beat their B squad in the final to win the Galician Cup. You know, if you're playing the B squad in the cup final, on a B squad that's going to allow you to win the Galician Cup, probably, but also the team obviously is going to be much better. So it's an interesting dynamic there. But yeah, on a few occasions, a B club reached the final of the Galician Cup as well. Unfortunately, none of these smaller clubs could win the Galician Cup. Only 5 clubs won it in total, but 4 of them reached double digits. But Celta Vigo, again, they won the most Galician Cups with 14. Well, in the Galician Super Cup, it's a whole different story because Celta Vigo completely dominated the Super Cup. Ferrol won it 3 times, though. Deportivo won it 6 times, Lugo 8 times, but Celta Vigo won it 32 occasions they won the Galician Super Cup. So Celta Vigo firmly dominated the Galician Super Cup. Now let me count up the trophies won in total. Of course, we know Celta Vigo are in first place and Lugo are in second place, but let's see how many trophies they won in total. Well, I've counted up all the trophies, and in 4th place we have Ferrol, who won 14 trophies in total, but also it was only Ferrol to ever win the Super League. Ferrol, they did reach 2 European finals later on. Unfortunately lost both of them, but Ferrol definitely made a big dent in this video here today. In 3rd place we have Deportivo, who won 21 trophies in total. They also reached the European final as well. In 2nd place we have Lugo, who won 30 trophies in total. But way out in 1st place, of course, we have Celta Vigo, who won 82 trophies in total in the Galician video here. So Celta Vigo won the most trophies. We've known that for a long time now, but Lugo definitely did very well. They won 30 trophies in total, including double digits in the Super League as well. And Deportivo won 21 trophies, also reached the European final, and Ferrol also won 14 and reached 2 European finals. So we have 4 big clubs to talk of here. Of course, in the First League, the B clubs dominated, and Deportivo B won the most First League trophies. So that is the end of this video, guys. As I said before, though, if you want to play this database for yourself, then download the link in the description below, and you can play any team you want in this Super League or First League for yourself from the database. And also, do let me know down in the comment section below which other Super Leagues you want me to create. And thanks again for watching the video. Please remember that if you do like the video, to hit that like button for me. And also, if you're new around here, do hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out and it's much appreciated. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.